And another big pitcher going to that mound. They just keep getting bigger and bigger. And watch this, though. He's got a good fastball. And joining us now is a man who is one of the greatest basketball players, certainly in Bulls history and in the NBA history. And it just seems like not too long ago, Scotty, I was introducing you after you just got drafted by the Bulls. As long as welcome to the booth, buddy.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Yeah, it does seem like it was not too long ago, but it's been quite some time.
No, I remember in the old ballpark, Scotty walking in as that's fouled out of play. Well, we were just talking, and you're watching the playoffs. What, in your opinion, what's going on with them?
Well, I mean, teams are making adjustments. I mean, it's normally how the playoff goes. You know, one team wins, but you know, Miami right now seem to have the momentum and the edge, obviously, in the series. But I expect Oklahoma to bounce back.
There's a chopper up the middle. Beckham just does get him. Beautiful play by Beckham to get the speedy Tony Campana.
Campana's their premier base stealer and also their fastest base runner. And Beckham, with a very strong arm, has to port across. He gets him by a half step. And that's a lot of problems kept off base if they get Campana out.
So they go back to the top of the order with De Jesus.
Scotty, so much disparity in fouls called in the third game. Now, is that kind of something you expect when you go on the road in the playoffs especially?
I don't think you expect it. You know, I think the officials has just had a tough time. You know, I think that we've seen a series where, you know, you've seen a lot of missed calls. We've seen calls that should have been called fouls, and you know, they've blown some calls that, you know, could have changed the outcome of, you know, a lot of games in this series.
That's into right field. Alex coming on. He's there, makes a catch, and it is out number 2. Well, it's the same thing, you know, if you watch a lot of baseball, Scotty. It's the same thing in baseball. You know, you get some people don't understand that as insignificant as it may seem, a 1-1 pitch call to where as you go in the hole 1 and 2 can change the whole at bat, and ergo the whole outcome of momentum of the at bat in a game. The same thing happens in basketball.
Yeah, it is, and I think just to some degree we have to learn to live with human error,
right.
and that's pretty much what it is. It's tough for those officials to see the call. Obviously, we can see them, especially when we're viewing at home on TV and getting a replay of it. It's very easy to see that they, you know, blew a call or missed a cover there, but it's very tough for them to make those calls when those guys are moving at, you know, fast speeds, and they're very big guys, and you know, it's a lot of other stuff going on around that action, not just the action that's taking place.
You played for so long and so well. Are the guys a little faster today than they were, or are they the same speed as they were when you played?
I think the speed may be the same. I think size-wise and strength, these guys are much more durable. Seems like, you know, I think that their bodies are much more built for the long haul of an 82-game season.
Well, people, I know when I played with the Red Sox, I used to work out with the Celtics, and people just don't realize how big, strong, and fast the NBA players are. I mean, you know, Bad News Barnes hit me with a forearm, and I tell you, I almost went down for the 10 toes up.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, the size of these players, and you know, you look at Durant, who's a 6'9" player, who's a great outside shooter, but you know, he has a tall order in guarding a guy like LeBron, who's 6'9" as well, but has a lot more tools, the ability to pass the ball, the upper body strength to get in the paint and dominate. A tank. Yeah, he is, and you know, he's been having a great series so far. So they're going to have to figure out some way to contain him a little better.
1-0 the count with 2 out, 1 on here in the top of the third. No score if you're just tuning in, and the great Scottie Pippen, our guest in the booth. And what a joy Scotty and Michael and all the guys for so long gave us. Great city, 6 world championships. Wow, and you know, I'll tell you, it was just too bad about D Rose last year.
Yeah, it was really a tough loss. Our expectations were very high, you know, going into the playoffs, and you know, to have that happen to such a player like that, you know, I know Derek spends extreme amount of time of, you know, working and preparing himself for the season, and you know, you look forward to the playoffs as a player, and to see that happen to him, it really was devastating, because I felt like he was having one of his better seasons.
Well, you've seen many of those injuries, as we all have in our own respective sports. And what's your view as far as 100% recovery?
I think Derek, being young, he definitely will be 100% recovery. I expect him to be even better. You know, I think when you have some adversity like this, you tend to learn from it, especially at a young age. He's got to go through a lot of training.
That ball's hit deep. And it is out of here. So LaHare puts the Cubs on top 2-0. That's his 13th home run.
.13-28 on the power numbers, and Zach Stewart throws one down, but out over the plate. Left-handers love the ball down. And the Ford home run replay. It's a 2-0 game.
Well, he made a good approach on that pitch right there, letting his knees take him down rather than bending over at the waist, as here is Soriano. Well, Scotty, enjoy the rest of the playoffs and enjoy your time. And, hey, don't be a stranger. Come up and sit in with us.
Well, I appreciate it, and I wish you guys all the luck this season. And hopefully the White Sox can continue on to lead their division and win a world championship again.
Well, you know, Robin's got us going this way, and you know how attitude is. It's everything.
Yes, it is.
Scottie Pippen.